But we'll see how this goes. I think I'm gonna, we're gonna sit here and wait out the storm. Swell's got too big. So we found a good parking spot. We found a good spot to park under here, under the point. We're down here below New Orleans, and we got pretty good storms rolling in. And the winds, they're gusting. Well, you can see they were 30-mile-an-hour straight winds when I checked the Weather Channel a while ago. But they're supposed to get worse right before the storm. And I think the worst of it is supposed to start hitting us at about 9 o'clock. But I figure just kind of, I'm not doing anything but sitting here just kind of watching everything. We're just shoved in here at the bank here below lower 12 mile. There, and I'll show you where we're at. Let me set this on. Let me orient this north up, so it's a little bit easier to figure out. All right, let me back out. We'll just do this. It'll be real easy. Hold on. Be easier if I back out. There. See? Okay. There. You can see I'm backing out of the whole United States for folks that are all over. Now then we're going to zoom into where we are. We'll zoom into where we are. We're down here South New Orleans. Hold on. We are we're down here, I hope the signal's all right. I haven't checked it. We are south of New Orleans by, we're mile 80. We're about 12 mile below, actually, lower 12. There you go. We're 12 mile. Gee, man, these supply boats are, well, we're right here on the point. So they're rocking us. Come by flying. What's he doing? 27 mile an hour. Oh, pilot boat. Golly. Anyway, see, we're shoved in.
Regarding the vessel traffic system being down at the channel 22 outlook frequency 157.1 megahertz PAL.
I really kind of spur the moment decided to do this, and to be real honest,
Security, hello all stations, the United States Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana, Safety Marine Information Broadcast break. Due to equipment failure, vessel traffic service, New Orleans will not be able to support traffic control measures at 81 Mile Point until further notice. For further information, contact vessel traffic at 504-365-2514. Brave to the United States Coast Guard Sector, New Orleans, Louisiana, out.
start with I'll read that one. There. All right. Sorry, getting set up, y'all. We're shoved in the bank right here. Well, I'll show you. I think it'll show. There. Lit up a little bit. We're just kind of shoved in right here. In a good spot. We're actually at the upper end of the anchorage here. At a lower 12-mile anchorage. That's where we are. And I'm just shoved in the bank right here. You can see how we are right here, kind of under the point. The current's coming this way. The river, Mississippi River, runs that way, and yeah, and then it runs on south. That's on headed down to the Gulf. But we're, like I said, about 12 miles downriver from New Orleans. There's New Orleans city front, all that there. But we're just about, like I say, 12 mile lower 12. Durr. 12 mile below New Orleans. Anyway, the swells just got real bad, and we're shoving boxes out there, and yeah, it got real bumpy. So we found a spot. They were every bit of 6-foot swells right up in those long reaches where the river's running. I mean, with the wind kind of deal, you see. But where we are right here, the wind's blowing this way real hard, but the swells can't build up big enough to where it's really that big a deal. So it's actually pretty kind of calm here. And then it's slack water from where it is below the point. But this reach right here, man, the wind's blowing that way. So when we were coming this way into it, I came on watch like right here, and gee, there were easily six foot swells right there, easily. And it just, we were looking at this coming on down here. Once you get it below shingle point, that wind's blowing all the way up, so some of those swells are going to get stupid. Yeah. I hadn't seen any towboats running down here. I'm not saying they're not. I mean, if we had a bunch of loads and rakes and loaded up, if we had a bunch of, load, like I say, yeah, just circumstances. But no, man, not tonight. The chief was very happy. The chief was very happy. He said he was looking out. Dennis was looking out his engine room windows, and he was seeing water splashing up, head high where he was in his engine room. So you can see the wind. It really, it's the waves. That was what was affecting us. It was bouncing us around pretty good. But I mean, bouncing us around. These are big boats, y'all. I mean, it's not when I say bouncing around, hold on. Let's see. Well, you see the wind and you see what we're dealing with. This is the best way to show how much you're rocking. You see that water moving very much? It's a little jiggle. There's a little jiggle. But if we were rocking, it'd be doing like that. That's a pretty good illustration of how rough it is. It's not too bad. Look, my bottle of water. Well, I bumped it. But that's how much we're rocking. Yeah, I told my wife today, she freaks out. She gets upset, and I'm glad that she's concerned. But it's not I've been through some pretty rough storms, and I've been through a lot of rough storms in southwest Oklahoma being on the land. And it sounds odd, but the safest place I feel in a bad storm is on one of these big boats. And that's the honest truth. That's the way it is. But I've been sitting here watching my weather. I got my weather app going. I'll show you what all I've been monitoring. Because this will be on a replay, so to kind of give it some context to what we got going on here. See, we're down. Well, this is showing Bell Chase. And right now it's 7:30. It's 7:30. And we're looking at the worst of it saying, 9:15. And then here it shows, this is what I've been playing. It shows the storm, how it's going to play out for us. I'll just let it play out. Well, this there. You see where the little blue dot there in the middle? That's what we're looking at. You can see the time predictor. I hope it comes in all right, because I would like to see this on replay. Yeah, the toilet. Sorry, I was thinking about that earlier because my wife was worried about, when I say bumpy out here, it gets bumpy. I mean, I could feel it laying in bed. I could feel these waves, hitting those box ends we're shoving out there. And I mean, there was water. I could see it, shooting up wheelhouse high when we were hitting those waves with those boxes. We've got about 3 foot draft out there. So, 3 foot of freeboard, not draft, 3 foot of freeboard. So, I wasn't worried about them diving on us, and we've got good hatches. They've got the good, good style hatches. So, and we've got watertight doors on the boat. Everything's shut. We're good. It's just, the main thing I was concerned about, to be honest, was hitting that stuff we couldn't. It was rocking us around, but busting these wires. It was bouncing enough where, worry about breaking these couplings. That was our biggest concern, I guess. It's just kind of rough. There's just a number of things. It's one of those things where we get down to the fleet. It takes about probably 2.5 hours to get on down to the fleet down at Myrtle Grove. And there's not going to be much going on down there with any empties tonight. And, when this storm comes through, nobody's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be high winds and lightning and all that. So nobody's going to be out working in that as it rolls through. But I think the wind's supposed to lay and everything's supposed to calm down like after midnight. It's supposed to drastically, according to my weather app. I was going to check that too and see what kind of wind we're dealing with. Because this is showing Bell Chase instead of, here we go, wind. Now, I will say this. Whatever that wind says, you see it's supposed to die off, I guess, going there. And see, it's changed directions, but 9 mile an hour. It's supposed to drop off 15 by 11, by midnight, 9, 10 mile an hour. 30 mile an hour earlier, but we're down to 26. That's just sustained winds on some land-based. We're getting in these reaches where it's just flat. You got to think about it, like in that reach going up towards, back up towards New Orleans, and those reaches like down around Shingle down below. That wind's just, there's no obstructions at all. There's no tree, it's just water. So that wind really, you get the gusts and all that, and it whistles down through. It funnels actually down through there. That's what happens. See, man, I grew up in Oklahoma, and I don't know if many of y'all know, but I think it's I was going to sound all important like I knew what I was talking about. Gary England. I grew up watching Gary England talk about storms and stuff like that in southwest Oklahoma. I grew up with tornadoes in the flatlands of western Oklahoma. And Gary England was a meteorologist out of Channel 9, Oklahoma City, and his wife was from Hobart. So don't know, some of you Oklahoma folks may not even know that, but his wife was from Hobart, Oklahoma. So that was why we had a weather station there in Hobart. So, yeah. I don't know where I started anyway. Oh, it's something about Gary England and watching the weather and stuff. So, and then our radar, actually, I can zoom it out when we pick up. When the storm starts coming in, I'll be able to pick up the storm on our radar. I can zoom it to, what is that? That's 6 mile range. You can really, but 3 to 6 mile, you can pick up storms as they're rolling in. But traffic's not. Their ship traffic is really about it. A lot of the supply boats and stuff. Well, there's a Charlie G coming down. Like I said, it's circumstantial. Exact same weather, exact same boat, maybe different barge configuration. We'd run on down to the fleet. We may not do nothing when we got down there, but that's the thing when people ask, well, what do you do in this? What do you do in that? It's really circumstantial. There's really a whole lot of variables that go into play of, should you run? Should you stop? That's pretty much, everything. Well, get me to rambling. You can tell I had my coffee, y'all. It's early in the watch. So I say early, I'm almost to midway point. See, I'm telling you, when you enjoy things you do, time flies, I guess. Isn't that the saying? Something like that. But I really don't know what I was going to do. I just figured I'd sit here and wait out this storm. I did a live stream the other day, about an hour and a half, so I think that'd time it about for the storm to hit. And since I titled it, what is it, New Orleans?
Security, all stations.
Let's listen.
All stations. This is United States Coast Guard Sector, Mobile, Alabama, Coast Guard Sector, Mobile, Alabama, Coast Guard Sector, Mobile, Alabama. For safety and information broadcast, concerning a gale warning. A gale warning is in effect from 10 a.m. this morning to 7 a.m. Thursday. South winds 20 to 30 knots, with gusts up to 45 knots, and seas 8 to 13 feet expected in portions of the coastal waters of Alabama and northwest Florida. Gale warning is also in effect until Thursday afternoon, with south winds 25 to 30 knots, frequent gusts 35 to 40 knots, seas 7 to 12 feet expected in Gulf waters from the Walton-Okaloosa County line to Apalachicola, out 60 nautical miles. A squall line of severe thunderstorms may affect the waters west of Apalachicola late tonight. Gale warning also in effect until 1 a.m. on Thursday. South winds 25 to 30 knots, with frequent gusts up to 45 knots, and seas 9 to 12 feet expected in Gulf waters, 3 to 6 feet in protected waters, in portions of the Gulf of Mexico.
That was that ship right there come off anchor earlier. Yeah, that's that ship back at the lower end of the anchorage. I forgot to mention that. That ship at the very lower end of the anchorage down there. I heard him. I don't know what accent it was, but it was an Asian accent on the Carla Bolton. I think that's the name of the boat. He got blowed off anchor down there. See, that's at the lower end of the anchorage, so that's about 3 mile downriver from us, 2.5, 3 mile, and it blew him over. They blew that ship over into the bank there, and you could hear the ship captain. He had an Asian accent, and they've got the Nobra and Crescent ship pilots and those guys that get on to navigate up the Mississippi rivers, but they're setting at anchor, so they didn't have a ship pilot on, to navigate the river. They're at anchor. Anyway, he got blowed off anchor and got blowed over into the bank over there, and he was hollering earlier they needed a pilot real quick, and it wasn't too long. They had somebody answered and said they'd have he told him to get his engines fired up. He'd be there in 20 minutes, and then they run down there. I tell you what, I know a lot of these ship pilots down here. I consider them friends. I mean, a lot of them I've never met face to face. A lot of these people you don't, but they're friends. They're friends down here. I was going to say just social media friends, but that's not correct. And I knew a lot of these people outside of that, and still do. Anyway, they got to get on and off these ships as they're moving up and down through here, man. When their time's up and they get relieved, or when the Nobra to Crescent, man, seriously, that's a super dangerous thing, because they have these the rope ladders that they drop off the side and off these ships, and the pilot boat will come up alongside of it and touch in on the ship, and then they climb up. There's some videos, I'm sure, but it's impressive to watch them do it, and then to think about doing it at nighttime with this kind of weather. I've said it many a time. I'm a huge fan of my peers. I mean, these folks that I work around and talk to and deal with, they do some pretty cool stuff. I sound like a kid. I forget I'm on live stream, y'all. Y'all gonna get a little bit of the real me tonight, I guess. I've got 40 some odd days in, ready to go home, tired of this. I love my job, but I love my wife better, and home and all that. And man, I've been away from home a long time, and this is, like I said, my 4th boat this trip. Nerves are about wore out, Luckily, I'm on a crew. I've got an amazing crew right now. Dennis is the chief. I've rode with him probably more than anybody. Folks that know from the Gregory David days back in the day, that's Chief Dennis is on here now. He works over here at Western Rivers, and he's the chief on this Stone Strait, and his engine room is immaculate. It's immaculate. He's quite a chief. But this is his regular boat. And then we've got Tammy's our cook, and she's an amazing lady from Hardy, Arkansas, that she worked at a restaurant there. I can't remember what it was. She ran a restaurant in Hardy, I think. I don't know. Anyway, she's a Hardy girl, and which folks that don't know, if you work at Western Rivers, you're going to work with some hardy folks. And that's where the family's from. That's where the Pandamly's from. That's where the Straits, they've lived, Jason went to high school there. Anyway, that's our cook, our chief, Raymond. Raymond's from, man, where is he from? He's from down this area. He's a coon ass man. He's worked the river. He's one of those he was old fleet mate down here. He worked down here for years. I think he said 18 years in the fleets down here. And then he came to work over on the boats. Matter of fact, I've worked with Raymond quite a bit over here when he first started out over here. And you could tell he knew what he was super good fleet mate, but he never worked line boats. And even Raymond will say it's different. I really don't like to compare jobs and say one's harder than the other, this, that, and the other, because I know guys that work anywhere and do anything and work harder than some guy anyway. Raymond's on here. He's our mate. And then we've got Wesley on here. Man, where's Wesley from? Hey, Wesley. Hey, Wesley. Y'all on 61? Oh, they were mopping downstairs, I'm sure. Not mopping, waxing the floor. I think actually that's what they were doing. That's what I'm gonna call them. They're down there. Yeah, we were just standing by. They thought that they've been really busting their ass. I don't want to. I'm not gonna rip on the guys. They've been busting their butt the past few days. Really, we came down with we came down with 25, but we've been dropping barges since Baton Rouge, and they've been. It's even when I've been sitting and not doing nothing, those guys have been having to roll, tie rig, and they've been working. But I've got Wes, I can't remember where he's from, and then Aaron's a fleet guy. He worked in the fleets at Cottonwood. I'm not sure if he lived in Arkansas or Tennessee, but somewhere up there. I think he lived in Tennessee up around there, or Caruthersville maybe. Anyway, he's from around that area, and then Nick, green guy. He's Thor. They were calling him Thor because he's got these cool dreadlocks, man. He's cool, long dreadlocks, and he's a big old stout boy. And I think he's from Owensboro, Kentucky. But he's cool. He's really cool. Green guy. Everybody loves him. He's gonna make his way up out here. He's works his butt off. He's strong as an ox, and he's got this big beard and dreadlocks, and we call him Thor. Big old white dude with dreadlocks. Yeah, he's a trip. And then we've got hold on. That's 4. We got 4 minutes extra. Yeah. Anyway, we've got a pretty good group of folks on here. Oh, and my pilot on here is Bill Hatch. I don't know if y'all know Bill, Captain Bill. He's a pilot on here. I don't know how that was looking because I may have been. Man, y'all, please excuse the camera play and stuff or the camera angles and stuff. I was trying to point it at myself, but I didn't have a selfie. I was just turning it around, so no telling. Y'all might have seen up my nose. No telling. Y'all might have seen my forehead, my chin. No telling. Dennis is going to be down there doing some painting, and I don't know that. He was down there painting, I think it was yesterday. I was coming around college, and I think he was painting by his engine room door or something. He got soaked. His engine room got a little wet by the door. He got soaked. He was doing some painting, and I think a pretty good wave got him. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't been reading questions. Are you going to steam through the storm? No, we're stopped. We're going to stop. We're going to wait on the storm to blow through because the swells got too big. And it was just, we're worried about break. It wasn't anything with us worried about the boat sinking or anything because we've got all the everything's watertight and closed. Even on our barges, it was just a rig and the barges were bouncing pretty good and was afraid even though we've just got 3 barges, I don't want to chase down 3 barges in the middle of the Mississippi River in the middle of the night during a storm. So we're not going to do that. Hold on. Captain Kyle, is it easy to see where you're going with the lights on? No, I do not run with the lights on. When we're running, you can't see with the lights on. You can see the barges, but you see, I mean, that's how you can obviously see better, but usually at nighttime, we don't run around with our lights on at night. No. I mean, and I say that if I'm up on the Illinois River or somewhere, yeah, that's a whole different thing. Oh, I turned that. I go to hitting switches and I forget what's what. All right, back to reading. Hold on, I get interrupt myself. Sorry about that, y'all. This is, I mean, it's pretty raw, my live stream. I mean, I'm not, and it wasn't totally planned. So hold on, let me read here what everybody's got. I'm trying to read some of this stuff, sorry. Oh, somebody said, hey, Nick, crew boat. Hey, dude, slow down. Just giving you a hard time. Nick says, be safe. In my part of the river, Stone Strait, top of 12-mile anchorage. Wish I could stop and say hi. I'm a crew boat for port ship. Cool deal. Yeah, man, be safe, Nick. Hold on, let me go back to the top. Yeah, y'all have got a lot of stuff in. Gee, my knee. I just am now scrolling through a lot of the chat or whatever here. Because I'm doing this on my phone, y'all, so y'all be patient. But let me read through some of these. Did the storms? Oh, this must be before I got on. Hold on. Okay, then I got on, and I'm trying to just go. Yeah, we definitely tornado warnings in the area. Somebody says one was on the ground north of us. Yeah, weather radar. There it is. Yep, we do have a radar. I don't know about weather radar, but I can pick up rain. Somebody want to know if I ever run the ICW. No, I'm a North. I was paid one time to fly to Houston to go get it. Port Arthur, Texas, which I don't even know the area, and they have me supposedly posting a guy up there, and I'm not even licensed to run that area, and they were aware of it, but hey man, $600 a day, I took it. I didn't know where I was lost. I was waiting on my license renew, and I needed a gig, so yeah. All right, enough of that. Hold on. I don't run. No, I'm a north-south pilot. I don't run east and west. No, I don't run the ICW. I've gone to I've run down to mile 13 on Southwest Pass. So, Robert says he's there in New Orleans. Backed in above shingle. Average Joe. All right, you back? You're out there back. Who is that? You must be on the St. Thomas end. Average Joe, you must be on the St. Thomas. I'm assuming. That's you right here. If you're backed in above shingle. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you all right? Hey, one of us might get blowed on the other one here in a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, rough down at home. I imagine. Y'all, I think it probably hitting y'all for us. I'd have to look at the map. I'm trying to read through some of these. I know on replay it kind of sucks for that, but I'm trying to at least. Let me just scroll it. What? Hey, if you hear me, go to 61. Is that you on 61? You on 61? Jump over 61. That's kind of a trip.
Where's that guy?
Oh, a dude back there. I was hollering the guy back there behind us. About what are y'all doing down there, Wesley? It's Wesley.
Joe,
Hey, where are you from?
Cleveland.
That's right, man, dude. I was trying to remember where everybody was from on the boat, man. I forget. Y'all, you're like, that's North Greenville, ain't it?
About 30 minutes.
Yeah, y'all all the same, man. If you Cleveland, man, Cleveland, Leland, and where's Leland at?
About 20 minutes away. That's where my girl lives.
Leland's where? Did you know Tommy Weeks?
No, I don't.
Roy Barnes?
No, sir.
Yeah, they were two of the captains. I think Tommy was from Leland. Anyway, all right, stand by. All right, back to the live stream. I was talking. He Cleveland, man. Wesley's from Cleveland. Greenville. I don't know why I could not remember. Why I didn't remember that, man. He saved me this trip. He saved me. I don't want to go into any details. Not like a lot. He made my job he made my job a whole lot easier and took a lot of stress out of the trip when he got on. Wesley's a super great guy, man. Excellent mate. Matter of fact, he trained Raymond. I say trained. When a guy's worked the river for 18 years, he worked the fleets. When Raymond came out here, it wasn't like he got trained. It was a transition from, one position to another on the river, and he worked under Wesley. But those are two mates, man. We don't really. I don't have Raymond's got to do the paperwork, but as far as mates, man, it's Wesley and Raymond, Those are our mates. Man, I get interrupted. You can tell the coffee's working. Waiting fleet space. No, man, I'm waiting out the storm, bro. I'm waiting out the storm. Yep, 3 barges is it. And like I said, some of y'all, I came on watch right above 12 Mile here, and I guarantee you there were 6-foot swells. And it was bouncing. It was hard to make the turn because we was afraid it was bouncing that hard with our face rigging and with these wires and stuff. And we put hold downs. I've never had hold downs on 3 barges. We got hold downs. We got hold down wires. Basically, that keeps us wired into that barge and keeps us from rocking. We've got things that keep us hooked to it, but we were rocking so hard that I was worried about the rigging. Like I said, rocking's relative, man. I don't know. You see, we're in the middle of a storm, and I'm going to keep showing that for reference to how rough it is. It's not rough. You see a little vibration, but it's not rough, and you see the wind. I want to stress that. But what I was worried about is this rigging busting loose here and here from it bouncing around to where these 3 barges, like I said, in the middle of the night in a storm and, swells or wind and all that, and try to chase down 3 barges. No, man, no. I'm sorry if I sound defensive about that, but that's the mind of a pilot, man. You stop for anything. If you stop for weather, you'll second guess yourself. I have all my career. You'll sit here. If I'm stopped for something that's, it's not like I'm stopped for weather. I'm stopped because I'm concerned about the conditions. That's hard to deal with. But that's part of. I've learned making stupid mistakes and running when I shouldn't have, and costing. Forget time. When you go to costing money by having accidents or doing stupid stuff like that, and there's a fine line, because I know guys that'll make excuses for that stuff, and you got to have some nuts. You can't just. But that's what they call about being a prudent mariner, and it took years to do that, man. It took years working under captains that understood it better than I did, and those guys made the decisions, but. I feel confident in my decisions as far as defending them to anybody else. But it's still, man, I'll go down tonight and I'll second guess myself. You know, I make a decision, I'm gonna stick with it, but in my head, I'll replay it over and over. You know, well, it's not bad right here. You know, look, it's not bad right here. I even open the door. It looks smooth, but we're blocking everything. We also know that the wind's coming that way, so the swells aren't able to, you know, work themselves up by the time they get to us. There's lots of things. You can tell. I get defensive about it. I don't know about this live stream. I'm not sure about it. I do want to catch what's going on, but also it catches me raw, and I can't. It's too much unfiltered me for myself even. So I'm thinking out loud, y'all. That's a lot of what I'm doing. I'm thinking out loud when I'm sitting here looking at the conditions and talking. I really am. I do that a lot when I'm making bridges and I've got a video camera going. A lot of times when I'm talking, I'm talking through what's going on in my mind, and that's even set. And y'all are hearing a lot of that. You're hearing a lot of my thoughts. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But, you know, sometimes that makes for the best stuff. Being honest. That's right there. That sign right there. You can see how the water's up. That marks the upper end of the anchorage, actually. We're in the anchorage. We're in the 12-mile. But the pilot was up here. Me and Bill, we made the decision together, definitely, what we were going to do. It was a watch change when I came up, and I'd stepped out downstairs and saw the conditions, and I knew what I was going to do. I knew what I was going to do, and I knew Bill wasn't going to be opposed to. Of course, me and him both talk about it, but I knew Bill wasn't going to throw a fit if I said, "Hey, Cap, I'm stopping." I'm on front watch, he's on back watch, but that man's he's number one. He's got much more experience. I say much more. Let me watch it. Bill's about 10 years. Bill's 9 years older than me, so he's definitely got 9 years experience on me out here. But we tag team, you know, like every good wheelhouse crew should. You know, you've got to. Especially me and Bill. Bill could, like I said, if he'd already, I mean, it was just he's on the back watch when I got on here because Captain Mike was on. So it's not it's not at all an experience. Just, you know, that was the room and the watch he was on when I got on. That's only how that decision's made. That's a ship coming up in there. I think I can't see. No, I'm seeing things. No. I thought I saw something moving down there. But do you see the ships at anchor? This does good at night. Let me try to be patient with me. I'm trying to. Yeah. See, that's the ships at anchor down there. I know it's jiggly, but you can see the storm steadily coming in. Yeah, tornado warnings north to south. Yep, moving fast. I think I've got maybe 30, 45 minutes or so. I'm curious which way this wind's going to go change directions because it's blowing into the storm right now. The direction the storm's coming and the way the wind's blowing, it's blowing up into the storm, which I guess that's see, I was bragging about knowing all my meteorology earlier. It's a low, is that a high pressure system? So it's sucking this air into it. Is that what causes that wind? I'm thinking that's how, because I don't know if it'll change directions as soon as it gets here. But either way, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot pretty much for whatever comes our way. But yeah, hold on. Let's go to see if we're vibrating too bad. Let's see how steady we are. Hold on. I'm bumping. Hold on. I'm bumping the console. That's cheating. Look. Yeah. It's not too rough, y'all. But you hear it out there? Oh, we'll step out. Let's step out into it. We're not wired in. We're not tethered. This is going to get probably loud, y'all, because the wind. But let's step out and see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting it, y'all. It's definitely getting it. On the starboard side, see now on the port side, it's not too bad. Whew, it's windy. Look at that flag. Tell me that wind ain't going. Oh yeah. It's gonna get with it here shortly. It's gonna get with it shortly. Definitely. Trying to.
Okay, I'll shape up for the one whistle, Captain.
Oh no, I think he's talking about doing I'm trying. What's the crew on duty doing right now? Good question. Good question. Good question. Good question. Man, that's opening myself for. I was fixing to grab the radio and holler down at Wesley and ask what they were doing, but man, I'm on live stream, and there is no telling what the answer would be. There is no telling. Hold on. There is no telling what Wesley's answer would be. Enough. I'm
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Sorry, y'all. I had to check my camera angle. I was trying to figure out if I get tired of holding that thing.
Right, 110, come on, Skipper.
If I get tired of holding that later.
Yeah, I saw you coming, I'm tightening it up and give it all to you.
And I want to just watch the storm. I can set it that way so I can
Yeah,
step outside.
in the middle of the one, you have to have a safe one down.
I don't really need to listen to
Right.
that. That was what I was doing. All right. Because I didn't know about holding this thing this whole for the whole time of it. I figure I'll get tired of holding it at some point. Charlie G coming down. What he's got. I know one thing, I'm gonna step out and take a look. But yeah, it's picking up, man. What time's it getting to be? Let's do a weather check. Let's do a weather check. Let's see here. There we go.
You're
Security, all stations, vessel traffic service, Lower Mississippi River break. Due to equipment failure, vessel traffic service New Orleans will not be able to support traffic control measures at 81 Mile Point until further notice. For further information, contact vessel traffic service at 504-365-2514. Break, this is VTS,
Oh, yeah.
Lower Mississippi River, out.
It's coming. See, it's showing the worst of it, though. The worst of it around gee, me. You know. That's when it's really going to start hitting us, and that's at about oh yeah, let's see, it shows the now. I'm trying to look at it in video. Yeah, you see where we are right here. Well, let me zoom out my weather map. You see South Louisiana, we're down here, where the dots at. Right there. And it's showing when it's going to come through. Yeah, that's us. We're right down river, but like southeast of New Orleans. See? And that's the time frame of when the storms are going to be rolling through. That's a better shot. But it's showing us, I guess right Belle Chase is right down around the corner. Right? Yeah, Belle Chase. We're just right around the corner from Belle Chase. We're actually closer there than New Orleans. Anyway, a little of that. Storm waiting. All that, and I was sitting there trying to videotape it, and I still don't. When did it say? Oh, we've got some. Oh, it's getting. See, it's now. Then it was showing it just going to be a spike around. Then it keeps changing up. We've got some coming in shortly, but it looks around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And there's a Charlie G coming by. What's up, Charlie G? They gotta step back inside. Well, oh, it's a little bit too windy to be out there doing that. There. Charlie G. What's up, Charlie G? Yeah, he's got enough barges where it ain't gonna mess with him. I guess. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, like I said, it's circumstantial. Well, listen, I don't know, man. I'm really not going to comment on that. Somebody says that they worked with an obnoxious, inconsiderate, somebody that was and they wanted to work their way up, but they didn't like the inconsiderate. Sounds like obnoxious and inconsiderate folks up above them, so you quit. I'm not going to comment on that because I really don't have anything good to say about it because trust me, if you think I worked with nice guys all the way to get to where I'm at, dude, come on, man. It sounds like you found a way to quit. I said I wasn't going to say anything about it, but somebody said that they were, yeah. I'm sorry, but I disagree with you, brother. I mean, I don't know the circumstance, obviously, but trust me. you don't get anywhere without working with some peckerheads. I worked with, I mean, matter of fact, some of the I'm not gonna say, hey man, that's going, but there's a few folks that I don't get along with, believe it or not, and a couple of them worked out here, and I had to work with them, and I didn't quit. They didn't quit. Well, actually, to be honest with you, yeah, they did. There's some folks that quit, but I didn't. That's the key. I wasn't going to quit. I pride myself. The one thing I pride myself on more than being able to drive barges is I pride myself on being able to work with anybody. And if I can't work with them, then it's my fault. I mean, that's all there is to it. If I can't get the job done with somebody, I can't blame it on, I can't blame it on anybody but myself. And I'm sorry I got to rant a little bit, but that's the way I feel about it. I told y'all might get a little of the raw meat tonight. I got a lot of days in. I'm not happy to be dealing with the weather tonight. So yeah, I really don't know if I can even make it through this live stream much longer because it's just gonna take just a wee little bit of something to probably snap me off. So you see, the guys ain't up here. They ain't messing with me. They know. They're downstairs taking care of their own business, doing whatever. They know. They know. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, man. It's just,
United States Coast Guard Inspector in New Orleans, Louisiana. United States Coast Guard Inspector in New Orleans, Louisiana. For safety and information broadcast regarding a tornado watch shift to channel 22 Alpha frequency 157.1 megahertz out.
Now let's listen.
Security all stations, United States Coast Guard Technology, safety and information broadcast break. The tornado watch 78 remains valid until 9 p.m. this evening for the break. This is Coast Guard Technology.
What time is it? There, it's 8:20. And we're at mile 80. I guess I should put that up there. Let's see. That'd be a reference. That's a time and a date. That way, in the future, when I watch this back, I'll be able to see. Anyway, I can go back and monitor. And I'm monitoring 16, and the guy's on 61 and 66. I thought I was going to holler at me on the radio, man. I got one on 61. 61 Alpha, bro. But yeah, and that's another thing, going back to it, man. I mean, I know, trust me, man, y'all see edited videos constantly of me on YouTube. So everybody thinks I'm this super, super great guy. Man, I edit that shit. I edit out when I'm snapping off. I edit that stuff out. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I really do try to get along and be a nice guy on the boat, but even the nicest guy, I don't know anybody. I mean, I don't want to name names, but some of the best human beings I know, also, I've seen them be assholes, I mean, you got to take that. And that doesn't excuse that moment when they are or when I am or whatever, but we're human, man. We're human. So, I don't know, that goes back to talking about the obnoxious pilot and captain. I know that I know that I have filled that role before. I have been an obnoxious captain or a turd head pilot. Oh, I know. There's no doubt. But it's definitely something I don't try to do. Oh, I lost connection. That was weird. Might have to go. I got Wi-Fi. You there? You there? You're on live stream, Ro. You're on live stream. Yeah, you're on YouTube live stream. 6.5 million people are listening to you right now. That's what the numbers, man, the numbers don't lie. 6.5 million people. So watch what you say, little lady. Would you? All right, you ready to FaceTime? I'm pointing the camera at the screen. You gonna FaceTime me? Ro, where's Piper? I want to see Piper. If I'm gonna FaceTime, I want to see my dog. Huh? I'm pointing the camera at the phone, Ro. Do what? No, I'm talking about you. Don't be, babe. What I'm getting at is put your clothes back on. Hold on. Oh, it's showing me. Hold on. Oh, that's weird. I don't know about this live streaming. Come on. What are you doing? I can't see a thing. Huh? Let me see my dog. Where's she at? Oh, Piper. What are you doing, pretty girl? Piper. She's ignoring me. Piper, what are you doing? What are you doing, pretty girl? What are you doing, Piper? What are you doing? All right. And she's loving on you, isn't she? We got the storms rolling in, so I figured I'd live stream. We'll go on YouTube and go on my channel, and you can watch my live stream. All right, love you. You're still there. My wife. I lost signal for a second. I don't know what happened. I lost signal for a second. Yeah. It's quiet. What's up, man? It's quiet. I got the radios on. It's quiet, except for me. I wasn't sure if I knew the storm was a little over iron out. It's changed up timing on it, but I thought, man, I don't know if I'll be able to. There's Ro. What's up, baby? Anyway, I didn't know if I'd be able to sit here I knew the storm would be rolling in about an hour. Actually, it's a little bit longer than that. I didn't know if I'd be able to sit here with the camera on for an hour and kill time or space or, have something to talk about. But, man, this is what happened. When you sit in the wheelhouse for 40 days and almost 12 hours a day, most of the time you're up here by yourself, you start getting a little loopy and, you talk to yourself. I talk to myself, y'all. So basically that's the deal. I'm just getting feedback. The only difference between tonight and a normal night is I actually have people can't hear me. I'm not that nuts, y'all, yet. I don't know, maybe if it'll get me off the boat earlier, maybe I can claim being nuts. Hey, Ro, maybe if Ronnie sees me on here tonight and hears me talking, he might get me off because he thinks I'm nuts. Think that'd work? No, Ronnie, I know it wouldn't. Well, the storm wait. I'm trying to read through some of this. Oh yeah, somebody said it was rough on the crew boats today in Kenner Bend. I bet it was, man. I mean, I know. I really, to be honest, that's what I've noticed out today. The most is the crew boats out running for some reason. I think they've been primarily about it. I'm trying to read through these, y'all. That's very boring, I know, but I really didn't. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to do that because, number one, truth be told, it's on my phone screen and it's real small. But I definitely will go back and try to watch and read some of the comments on the replays and stuff like that. As y'all know, man, most of y'all, I really do try to answer most of the questions. I've learned to try not to get on there and try to answer questions like right when I wake up or when I'm in a bad mood because, man, I can be a smart ass sometimes. And I don't mean to be. Usually if I come off like a smart ass on there, I don't mean to be. It just is, it comes off that way sometimes. But I really don't. There's never, the whole, you ever heard somebody say there's not a dumb question? I really don't feel there is. Unless it's somebody trying to be, trying to ask me questions, being an asshole about something. And, I've seen that. But most of the time, man, I really don't mind answering the questions, and they're not dumb. A lot of y'all ask questions that are really basic about stuff, but at one time, I came out here and this was all new to me too. So, you have to have that mindset. Trust me, I've heard a lot of the same questions over and over. With green deckhands, you hear them over and over. But the second that you don't give somebody a good answer, a valid answer, then anyway, you know the deal.
Regarding the vessel traffic system being down just a channel 22
You know the deal. It's I don't mind. The long and the short, I don't mind answering questions. I don't mind answering questions at all. Some of them, and as y'all know, sometimes I don't know the answer, and I try to be honest about that.
Hello, all stations, hello, all stations, hello, all stations. This is United States Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana, Safety Marine Information Broadcast Break. Due to equipment failure, vessel traffic service, New Orleans will not be able to support traffic control measures at 81 Mile Point until further notice. For further information, contact vessel traffic at 504-365-2514. Break, this is United States Coast Guard, Sector New Orleans, Louisiana, out.
There's that. Yeah, you hear the wind whistling. Hold on. See, it's getting pretty rough out. Pretty rough. We gotta check. Let's see. Earlier I showed the toilet bowl to see how, to see the water. You can see if it was, if it's bouncing around. Nope, it's not too rough yet, y'all. But, I'll show that. And folks say, well, how come you're not running? The reason it's not rough is because we found a smooth spot. We found a smooth spot to hide out the storm. I saw somebody on that wondering, see a boat. Anyway, long and short. Like I said, I'll question stopping all the time, but it's a good decision.
Vessel calling Coast Guard. This is Coast Guard Sector New Orleans. Go ahead, Captain. Captain, can you repeat your last over? Vessel 9 Coast Guard Sector New Orleans. Captain, shift to channel 22 Alpha, over.
Security, all stations, that's traffic service, Lower Mississippi River, break. Due to equipment failure, BTS New Orleans will not be able to support traffic control measures at 81 Mile Point until further notice. For further information, contact BTS at 504-365-2514. Break, BTS Lower Mississippi River, out.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. Sorry. Was listening to traffic. A storm ought to be hitting pretty soon though. Yeah, that's best. That's best. Sorry, I had to send a message. I know that's weird, though, but just trust me. Trying to get the weather. Hold on, let me get the weather. That's what I've been watching. I've been my weather channel app. Let's see what the weather channel says. Where we're at now. Oh yeah, we're getting close. It's showing it coming in about. Man, where's the time on that deal? It goes by too quick. That's showing it. That's now. Okay, it's hit. We're just on the edge of it. See, it's coming in right now. So we're picking get some storms here within the next 30 minutes. It's fixing to get with it. I'm gonna keep that up so I can watch that. We'll just keep that going. And then let's do our radar. Let's get some clutter going. Hold on. Let me see. Tune it down. That's a storm. That's the leading edge of the storm. Oh yeah. There it is, y'all. That's rain, the rain coming in. Let me try to tune it down a little better. That's us. It's a 1 mile ring. That's a half mile. That's a storm. It's fixing to hit. Matter of fact, it's right here below us. It's right there. That's the storm coming. Woo! You see it? That's the leading edge of it. Yeah. Gee, my knee. Hold on. Had to wipe it. Had rain on my. Yeah, that's the leading edge. Quarter mile away. It's right here. Look, you can see the wall of it coming. Yep. Now it's about 600 foot. It's about, yeah, roughly. I've got it tuned down. Hold on.
Heading Moran to the eastern Jupiter.
Yeah, there it is. That's a storm coming in. That's it. I mean, that's a 1 mile, so I'm down to the leading edge of it. It's just about 600 foot away. You can see it as those ships are slowly getting faded right there. The rain's really going to pick up. And it switched directions. I just now noticed the wind. Remember, it was blowing hard that way. Yeah, that's a storm. That's a storm coming in. Yeah, it's on us now. We're getting the leading edge of it. But that is a trip that the wind switched directions. I just noticed that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's coming. See? That's the anchorage right there, those ships. That's pretty cool. All right, we're at the leading edge of the storm. Man, it's hitting. I can hear the wind out there. Hold on. Let's get a shake. Let's get the shake meter. What's it look like? Hold on. How bad are we shaking? Yeah, that's my leg. Man, you barely see a ripple. And look, there's a storm. See, we're not shaking. We picked a good spot. I say that. Oh yeah, check it out. I was wondering what the wind, because the wind was sucking into the storm. The wind was blowing hard into the storm. and then it started blowing. Yeah, I'm gonna step out and see. See, it really, look, the waves even. Oh yeah, we did that perfect. We picked a perfect spot because see, now we're blocked. Oh my goodness, the rain is coming down. I forget. It's I'm sorry, I got bragged. Hold on, I can wipe my screen off a little bit. Oh yeah, look. Woo. We did good, man. I'm feeling real good about the decision right about now.
Yeah, this is the Patty Moran in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Can you go to another channel?
Oh yeah, look, y'all.
You all Patador?
No, this is the Patty Moran, the anchored vessel in front of you. Go to channel 9.
That wind
09.
switched directions on those ships back there, and I bet it's wreaking havoc on them.
You said,
Look.
I'm going to be in chief to my position.
Yeah, see that wind? It was blowing those ships hard that way.
Watch out, your vessel must be blowing ahead. You're getting close to me. The wind must be blowing you ahead.
Oh, I see.
Wow. Yeah, that's right there behind us in the anchorage. Yeah, that's getting with it, yo. There you go. There you go. Woo. Watch this. No, man, I was fixing to tell the guys to go check the lights just to mess with them. They wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to have them. But I'm afraid on live stream what the answer will be back. Wesley, I know what Wesley. I would get a pretty smart aleck remark back. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's showing here the leading edge coming through. Yeah, man, if I sound excited, it's because I was a storm chaser. I mean, not storm chaser. I grew up in Southwest Oklahoma. And me and my buddies used to go out in the pickups and in the hail and rainstorms, and yeah, it was all fun. So now then I got a radar and out on a boat. Man, come on. Try to tell me this ain't fun. I'm being serious. I mean, I really do get a kick out of this. I mean, we're safe. That's the number one thing. We're playing safe. But it is a trip. I was wondering what that wind was going to do because it was blowing so hard in towards the way the storm was coming. And now, oh man, and I was throwing all that hard rudder because the wind was blowing. Now that I'm all, I'd widened out, you see. Not nothing huge. I mean, but it was about to blow me into the bank earlier. Kind of cool. I try not to be too jerky, but side light. My hunting buddies back home always hated when I used to mess with the searchlights. Man, bring one of them back. You see the winds or the rain getting it.
Security, all stations. This is United States Coast Guard Sector, Mobile, Alabama, Coast Guard Sector, Mobile, Alabama, Coast Guard Sector, Mobile, Alabama. For safety, marine information broadcast concerning a gale warning, listen channel 22 Alpha 157.1 megahertz. Out.
That's nothing necessary. I'm just playing, I'm playing with the lights. I always think I could light up. People ask about these lights, how much I can light up a bank, or how bright. I don't mean that she was talking about the candle power, but look, I mean I can bright that whole bank up if I wanted to, and that's 400 foot out there. That's 400 foot. I mean, and I can. Yeah. You draw down a beam on one of these at a half a mile. If you draw down the beam real narrow at a half a mile, you can feel the heat of it. You can feel the heat off of them. So whatever candle power that is. Now, see, I had that tuned. I can tune that radar. I can tune this down. See, if I was running in this, I would tune that radar down, and I can pick up. See, I can tune that rain out, is what it's trying to say. And tune that rain out. And I can still see, I can still run off my radar, running the bank. I've got that zoomed way out. But if I had to, I could use, that was the way we used to run. We didn't have these charts. I mean, you had the radar. And I've been in shutout rain when that was, you know, that's as good as you could see when you're running in that. You see? I mean, I can navigate off that. I can see the riverbank. I mean, we don't have to. We've got this electronic charting, but that's the way I learned right there. And, you know, you used your searchlights, and that was how you tune the radar down to where you could see. See, I can tune all that out where you see the riverbank. You see that? That's me. That's tuning that radar down. And that's that's how we navigate. I mean, that's how it works. People, we've got so much. Gee, man, I'm sliding up the creek now. Hold on. Well, that's another thing that we got to watch. See, the way that shifted on me, the wind did, and then I started easing up the creek a little bit. See? Now then, I put a little rudder on it. And of course it's going to stop. And I'm swinging it out so it'll hold into the bank. Basically what I have there is the wind has switched directions, and we were leaning harder that way, and I let off that rudder, and it came in a little bit much, and it started slipping up the bank on me. But that's why I'm sitting there watching all this stuff. See? Swing it back out. Now then. We're stuck back in the bank again. It's getting it. It's getting it. But it's not too bad, yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, those ships back there, see, oh, it did. It blew him up. Look. It blew that ship up. He blew up into the anchorage. They were, that wind was blowing them hard that way, and then it blew them out of the anchorage. See, it's blowing them around. Definitely blowing them around. Blew them up that way is what I'm getting. Just moved them around.
All right, JC, about to come.
Yeah, look at that. It's getting it. What time is it? I'm having fun. 9 o'clock, about another hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. I don't know when Bill will be up. Oh, this is getting true. I gotta get me something to drink. Hold on. No. Look, my piece of drift I found the other day. I was kind of proud of it. I don't know if I lose signal coming down here or not. Hopefully it won't. All right, back to the storm watch, y'all. I hope I didn't lose signal by going downstairs. There. All right, back to the storm watch. It's getting all fun. Look here. See it showing it rolling through. Oh yeah. See where it comes now. You can see we're right there in the middle of it. That's heard some hail. Yeah, let's move those ships around. They were all up against the bank that way, and then it's moved them out that way. No, it's lightening up a little bit. But then I think it's coming in waves too. It's gonna be. Yeah, that wind's been a trip. The wind's been a trip. Hold on. Yeah. I gotta do some adjusting, you know. Pants are all, my shirt's all untucked. Man, I'm a mess. I feel like, see, now it really is a storm watch because those the y'all folks that used to from Oklahoma, we used to watch the storms, and Gary England would come on, and it'd be middle of the night, and they'd have tornadoes and stuff, and they'd have his, you know, he'd have his still have his suit on from the evening broadcast from the 10 o'clock news, but then the tornadoes would come in, so you know he'd always be like, you know, have his tie, the tie be off, and you know, untucked shirt, so. You know, that was, you could tell he was in action mode when he, you know, he was really watching the weather, really watching it so hard that he couldn't wear a tie. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm in action mode, so that's the reason my shirt come untucked. Oh yeah. No lie, Oklahoma tornado season. Hey, and then I moved down to Thibodeau for a time, so I got to deal with the, you know, hurricanes down here. And then of course I worked on the boats. I've been through my fair share of hurricanes. I've rolled through some. Rolled through Isaac. Isaac was the main one that I really remember because we went down to Myrtle Grove and those folks still hadn't even made it back into their homes. The guys working on the tugs hadn't been homes, and a lot of them's homes were destroyed. And they were still working the fleet because they didn't have anywhere to go, man. It was a trip. It was a trip. That's a scary shot. My bald head. I was sweating a little bit. But I can get more outside views with that. Yeah, it's lightening up. You can see the breaking them. I'll tune the radar back down. Hold on. Zoom it back out. See the rain. You can tell the light spots in the rain. See, I'm letting, I don't want too much, but you can see gaps in the rain, you know, where it's gaps and thicker rain and stuff like that. I keep it down like that. That way we can keep an eye on stuff. There's the ships down from us down that way, and yeah, it's nasty out, y'all. Pretty nasty. Rolling through. Yeah, it's showing the worst of it now, maybe. Well, let me see.
Man, Rich, Barry, Cindy. Rich,
No, the worst of it's coming in about 30 minutes. I guess the worst of it's going to be here in about 30 minutes.
Yes, channel 72. Channel 72.
Yes. Oh yeah. Getting with it. What's the wind looking like now? It's just really just coming. This hard rain. Yeah, look, see the flag. It's just really coming down hard rain. I was gonna open that door, but I think it was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's get with it. See, I got Eve up here so I can walk around. Oh yeah, it's a little wet out. Woo! It's cool too. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We've had we've had a lightning strike the top of the wheelhouse and knocked out our radios. I've been on one that it actually just took out one radio. Actually, I think. I don't think I'm misremembering that. That was way back though. And to be honest with you, I think of the only time that I was on a boat and I was off watching bed, and the captain said it was on the Roy Mecklin, and Captain Kirk Haley said that we got struck by lightning and took out the radios. Man, that's been a long time ago, but I don't remember details of it. Somebody wanted to know when I'll be headed up to Iowa. Not this trip, because I'll be getting off here in a few days. I'll be getting off, and I don't know. I don't even think about. It'll be probably next. I'm thinking maybe next trip or two. I'll probably be up to next couple of months. It's going to be probably at least a month or two before I get up that way. At least because I'm due for some time off. Oh yeah, it's a tank. Well, man, I drank my water. Hold on. Hey, this is what I did earlier, folks that wasn't watching earlier, to see how rough a seas we were on in the middle of the storm. The best way I could show would be see if the water's moving in the toilet. It's not rocking, is it? It looks pretty steady. So yeah, this old girl is a tank. Somebody says it's like a tank in the storm. It is. She's a tank. I mean, I can't. They're in between this. I think it's these boats. Man, I'd have to look. Either. Oh, here we go. The gross tonnage is. Let's see. What is her gross tonnage? Where's it at? There, I was way off. 483 gross ton. Yeah, that length is. I think that's not on these. They measure that different. I think they measure. I've told where that measurement's from, but she's about 160. I think 150, 160 by 42 foot wide, and 483 gross ton. That's how big she is. And somebody was asking about the barges, loaded barges. They're loaded pretty heavy, and I think they load. I'm thinking they're anywhere from 12 to 1,500 ton. These are boxes, so I'm figuring they're 12 to 1,500 ton per barge. Somebody asked about our tonnage. But yeah, let's hold on. This is a Stone Straight, and she's a 1977 model Drabo. 1977 model. They call them Vikings. She was a Viking. She's a short. They had the longer Vikings. This one, I don't think they call them bobtail, but they are. She's just a shorter Viking. She was built 1977, and she's a beauty. Love this girl. Yeah, my room. Oh, Jimmy, now showing the storm. We're right in the middle of it right now. It's just really coming down rain at this point. I don't know. The wind's not that bad. I might, I didn't say take off, but I'm not going to do that till Bill gets up, because me and him already talked about sitting here for the night because of the storms, and the worst of the storms hadn't even hit. So I don't know what I'm thinking. That's what I said. It's hard to stop. It's really hard for a captain to make a decision to stop for weather conditions and stuff like that. You kind of, it's being a prudent mariner. That's all you can do. But the thought that goes through my head every time I stop in weather, the thing that's hardest for me, y'all, and the thing that I grew up like I said, I'm an Oklahoma farm boy. Y'all know that. And I knew Lane Frost, didn't know Lane Frost, knew of Lane Frost. Anybody that watched 8 Seconds, man, when Tough told him to go look in that mirror and look at himself and say, I'm a puss. So anytime I pull over and stop, man, you got to ask yourself that. Are you being a puss? And sometimes being a prudent mariner does not mean you're being a puss. Like I said, it comes down to the safety of the crew and saving, equipment, and just a lot of things a lot of variables. But as I was saying earlier, I will question that. I was going to say for a while, but once I go to bed tonight, it's over with. I don't question anymore. Decisions made. But it's one of those things. You're always. It's instilled to us, most of us, to make miles. Man, we're not. This isn't a pleasure cruise. We're trying to move grain. We're moving stuff. So anytime we're setting, we're not. Job's not getting done. I mean, we got to stop and drop barges and do tow work, but it's really hard to stop, man. A good captain, in my opinion, a good captain and pilot. That's something number one that they ought to be talking about it together. Or if you're a captain that's got the experience, and you got a young pilot, man, look out for those guys. Don't throw them under the bus. Work with them. And I was really fortunate that I had captains like that. I've worked with some. Talking about peckerheads earlier, I worked with some amazing men out here. I really do feel, I've said, I'm not special. I was a hard case to teach. I was stubborn. All that. I picked up on stuff, but I was stubborn. I wanted to do stuff my way, and that was I was really hard to teach, man. And Captain Mike earlier, I had some amazing men that had the patience to deal with my, stubborn ignorance. I was just young and dumb. And I was really fortunate that I had some amazing wheelmen that had patience to, had the patience to work with me. But back to what I was saying, man. You gotta make decisions sometimes out here, and you'll question them, but you gotta make the decision, and put it on yourself. That's another thing. I know some captains that'll pull over and stop like this and then throw it off on their pilot, say it's their pilot. That pilot was scared. Whatever, man. Whatever. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I pulled over sometimes when I probably should have been running, but I just didn't feel like running. It wasn't in me. That's in my DNA to keep moving. But there's been times, my wife knows, I tell her, man, if I'm tired, I pull over. Driving a boat, driving anything. And I've learned to manage my sleep and rest a lot better through the years, but man, that's just something that you have to really watch. If you feel fatigued, tired, if you've been, for whatever reason, if you were stupid and stayed up on your off watch and didn't get the rest you need, which is the case of, that's the way I was as a young pilot. It was hard to make that decision to pull over and stop, but I don't care why you're tired. If you're tired, pull over and stop, man. Be safe. I say that. That's really one of the things that happens out here that's really kind of it's something that's not talked about enough is, young pilots not knowing how to manage their sleep. Not knowing how to manage their sleep can be a serious problem on a boat. I'm just sorry. I'm just watching the rain. I mean, I really, this is outside of me talking out loud like this. This is really pretty normal what I'd be doing. I'm keeping an eye on everything. As you seen a while ago, it started creeping up the bank on me. So, give her a little angle if the wind shift directions. I'm monitoring the weather. I'm watching the traffic. I mean, I'm on watch. I'm not just set. It's not a. It's not time to chill. I say chill. It's not time to let your guard down when you got a storm rolling in like this. Like I said, somebody's back asleep on the couch, not paying attention up here on watch. That wind shifted directions, and this thing, 3 barges started easing up the bank on me. That's something you got to pay attention to that stuff. You know. And if you do go downstairs and get you a nap or lay down, make sure you got your mate up here or, ready to watch. Have somebody standing by. I know some guys that'll crawl back on that couch. I know some guys. Let me back up. When I was a young, dumb pilot, I would crawl back on that couch and take a nap on a situation like this, usually because I was tired because I hadn't slept for the night before or, watch or anyway. And then there's been many times when I'd catch myself creeping up the bank. Luckily catch myself, but, long and short, have somebody come radio watch. It's a lot easier. Yeah. Now the rain's, what? See rain coming in from that way. What? Is the storm wrapping around? Oh no, it's some moving out. It was just picking up heavier rain there. It might, I don't know. I'm watching the map. The wind has changed directions multiple times. See? Now it's going back towards the storm. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, it was blowing that way. Then it was blowing that way. Now it's blowing back that way. That's just craziness. That's a trip. Yeah, wind shifted directions a few times. What's this? Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the worst of it. Oh my God. We're in the middle of the worst of it, y'all. According to what that says, see the red is like now, right there. Man, it is squirrely. I said I thought rain was moving down back into the screen that way. And it is. What the hell? That's a hell of a storm. Those ships, man, those poor guys back there. That wind was blowing them. Those are empty ones waiting to be loaded. And it blew them into the bank that way, or was blowing them towards the bank. Then the wind shifted directions when that storm come through and started blowing them back out towards the river. Now the wind shifted directions again and blowing back that way. That's craziness, y'all. Yeah, you can see him. That one on that lower end. He was all the way here, then he swung out, and then now he's swinging back in again. Them guys are having hell. The anchorages are full, though. That's the thing, man. It's been so busy down here this time down. I mean, it's been busy. That's Algiers Lock right there, or Algiers Lock right there. But yeah, it's been busy. The fleets have all been busy. Man, 164, Darrow, they've all been busy. They've all been busy. Oh, I wasn't. Somebody asked about the tornado down here a couple of weeks ago. No, I was up north. We were up north when that happened. Well, I wasn't down here. I saw some of the stuff. I mean, I remember hearing about it, but we were up north. Yeah, the tornado. Man, I tell folks, man, I've seen tornadoes go over the top of boats that were about half the size of this one, and all it did was rattle nerves and blew their trash cans off. I think it actually blew their yawl off. But yeah, I've been through. I know I've been through 100-mile straight line winds because we were there at Louisville when our wind gauge maxed out at. It was a 99-mile-an-hour wind gauge, and it maxed that one out. And then I know I've been in 70-plus-mile-an-hour winds multiple times. I can't remember what year it was, but AJ and I were on the that Raymond Grand Eckstein. When Marquette first got the Raymond Grand Eckstein, me and AJ brought that thing down through a hurricane. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember we were running through Baton Rouge, and we had 35 loads on that old girl, and we wasn't worried about it. We just kept rolling. We kept rolling. We threw our rock and roll wires, and we kept rolling. Yeah, that was, and then Isaac was a trip because we came through. I remember coming through Kenner Bend when all the barges, that was when it was extreme low water in the hurricane, and all that water rose up and then fell out again real quick. And they had all around Kenner Bend, they had all those 10-5 Artco boats pulling loaded barges off the bank. I mean, yeah, it was a mess in there. That was after Isaac. I can't remember what year that was. 13 maybe, 2013. Captain Dennis that's on here. I mean, not Captain. The Chief Dennis that's on here now. Me and him was on. I forget how much me and him have rode together. I forget how much me and Dennis have rode together. We rode at Gregory David a lot, and then I've been coming over here relieving Mike. Man, I've rode the Stone quite a bit in the past. This past year, I've rode the Stone quite a bit. Probably rode this boat more than any of the. More than any of the other boats. I've filled in for Mike quite a bit over here. Yeah, Captain Mike. This is his boat. This was and folks that this was one of my good friends and mentor, Captain Bill Winders. This was the boat he passed away on. I think I've mentioned that before. He died at the Sticks, man, and he was doing all the painting on this girl and getting that console redone and all that. But yeah, Captain Bill, he passed away right here, man. This is where Captain Bill died, and him and Captain Henry did my check ride when I went to work at Marquette. I rode with him and Henry on that Ray A for a couple of weeks, and he said I was worthy. I relieved Captain Bill over here on the Stone. Me and him rode to Jackson Aaron together. I rode this boat with him, rode pilot for him. Yeah, man, I miss Captain Bill. He was an amazing man. Captain Bill died a couple of years. A year. Man, I can't remember. Tammy and them, the Dennis was on, the Raymond was on here. A lot of the crew that's on here were on here when Captain Bill passed. Yeah. Just storm watching, y'all. It's really kind of just rain right here. But like I said, we found it. This is a good spot. I'm not out in the worst of it. We're in these reaches like that. When I come on watch around here today, my goodness, that was where we were getting some swells. I was seeing like six, I know at least 6 foot swells when we made that turn right here, because I came on watch here, and that was when me and Bill was. I said, Bill, I ain't running in this stuff, and I when I took the stick, or when I relieved him, I didn't take the sticks. When I relieved him, we both. I mean, me and him were both up here deciding, well, either stop here or drop down, and we dropped on down here, and it was really a good spot. And that was Bill, man. He was watching the weather and stuff when I came up, so he was telling me, he said, see, that wind was blowing across these reaches right here. I mean, across the river here, instead of all the way up the reach, like here. Anyway, long and the short, it wasn't, those waves weren't going to build on us. No, Algiers Point, we're about 12 miles below Algiers Point. Algiers Point's right across from the French Quarter, and that's where it's at. That's Algiers right here. And Algiers is mile 94, so we're 14 miles. We're miles, see, we're downriver and go, like, I'll follow. There's lightning, some lightning right there. Algiers is upriver. There's Algiers Forebay, Algiers Lock, and then there's lower 9, and then come on down to lower 12, and that's where we're at. So we're actually 14 miles below city front. But yeah, no, I'm trying to see some of the comments, but it's like I said, it's hard. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm watching this stuff. And then see, man, now that I'm going down river, what the heck? Look. Started falling down river. I'm telling you, man, the wind, the weather. No, I see what it's doing. The way the wind and rain lay. Look. For a little bit, I think we got more coming in, but that's crazy. Oh yeah, it just, the wind lay and the rain stopped. Yeah, it's a trip. Yeah, the wind lay. It's blowing a little bit, but it's cool. Huh. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Y'all ignore that Brad dude. He's weird. Brad, just get off here, dude. Nobody wants a troll. Nobody wants to talk none of your shit. Get off here. Anyway. Fucking dipshits like that make me want to quit live streaming. But you have to deal with the good with the bad. I'll hush. I just ignore it. Just ignore him, y'all. Just ignore him. He's kind of weird. Ignore him. But yeah, look at the lightning. Yeah, y'all block that dude. Block that Brad dude. I can't block him now. I would. He's always starting shit. He's a troll. Sorry, y'all. I apologize. But, sometimes dipshits got to screw stuff up for everybody. But you see how it is. It's rolling through. Yeah, the worst. See, it's saying the worst of it's coming through now. Yeah, we're getting the worst of it. Or it says, according to that, it's saying the worst of it's, the worst of it ought to be right on us. We've got more coming through, I guess. It might be more just rain now. Well, here's another thing. You see the time? 9:30. It's a little too premature to think about taking off, but yeah, it's I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'll let my partner take off. I'm not gonna screw him. And That would be a dick move, by the way, by me. At 9:30, he gets up here about 10:30. If I, sit here, I'll watch because of the storm, and then the storm's just not kind of, not really actually done yet for the area. And if I flipped out and took off because it looked good right here, but like I said, we are in the good spot, so it's going to be calmer here. But I'm definitely going to let my partner, because we already discussed it. That's another thing. I'll let my partner take off, man. I'm not gonna be. That's a dick move for some that don't know. That's a dick move for a wheelman to set his whole watch because of some conditions, specifically like fog, man. I don't know how many times I've come on watch, where a guy's set for his whole watch, and then 15 minutes before, no, screw that, 30 minutes, 30 minutes before I come on watch, he flips out and takes off, That's a dick move, if y'all don't know it. That's a dick move. You let, the radar, that's probably a little behind. Yeah, but it's showing, Weather Channel. See, it's showing them. Let me zoom out and see if we've got another line of stuff. No, it's pretty much, that line of storms rolled through. Yeah, not bad. But like I said, Bill will be up here in an hour. We're 2 hours in the fleet. It would be a dick move. It would be a dick move. And number one, right now, right after the storm rolled out, you're going to kind of wait, see what things do, but see what traffic's going on, all that stuff. But yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, and I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, it's just nice out. It really is after the storm. It's just light rain. Maybe that's it for the night. Maybe that's all the worst of it. Oh, Raymond's gonna be so mad at me. We set for the watch, and if Bill does decide to take off, and they get down there, he's got to mess with my mate. He'll be all right. Drop a line of water, do some catfishing. Man, that's about the last thing I'm thinking about doing right now. Is some fishing. Where's my lights? Oh, there we go. I would think about walking downstairs, but man, they're just on a live stream. There's just too much stuff that can, I don't want to, number one, the guys are downstairs, and that you don't do that. You don't just walk up on somebody and start live streaming them. That would be a dick move. No, not tonight, man. Like I said, that's another thing. The guys are downstairs, and I don't know what's going on. I don't want to. You don't walk downstairs live streaming somebody without permission or them know what's going on. That would be a dick move, y'all. That's a radar. That's charting. I'm just watching it for traffic and seeing, if we move around or anything. I had it just so I could see more stuff. You can change the stream however you want, but yeah, I was just seeing what traffic's moving around, see who's going. I ain't going nowhere. We're not moving until after 11. I'll tell you that. Until that'll be Bill's. He can do whatever. He can sit here till morning, or he can take off. That's not my call, to be real honest. And I don't know what the weather is going to be after that. I'm just worried about getting through my watch. Radar, yeah. That's a 1 mile ring. That's a half mile ring. And they're adjustable. Everything's adjustable. But that's, I run normally southbound all the time. That's the way I run with my radar. Not necessarily that. I mean, I'll do the offset and set it like that. And, depending on where we're at. But generally, I run, mile and a half with my half mile ring and my 1 mile ring, and I use those for different things, mainly just reference, but I use my 1 mile ring a lot for steering bends, or reference for steering a bend, and flanking I'll use my half mile, and then then our charting. You can zoom that out as much as you want. And we can go anywhere, wherever I want to. That charting is just kind of cool. Instead of carrying a whole cabinet full of paper charts, now we've got electronic charting. And it's a little bit more than just that. I mean, my goodness, you've got set where you're going and your ETA pulls up, all the traffic around you. What do we got? And you can set these things. These tiles are see Mike up here? I can interchange. There's all different tiles. You can arrange these however you want for, we got your clock up here, your river mile, speed over ground. That's our swing meter, which is basically what that is right there. Slide meter, and then ETAs, and that's the boats that are in the area and such. And then, like I said, the radar. It's on a 1.5 mile range. And then this is what we use to tune it with, and blah, 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 blah. I think that's a storm, though, y'all. I think the storm's rolled through. That was a long one. There were 2 hours, I think, close to it. But that was a long one, and the storms rolled through. So, no, man, the radios have been quiet. Hold on. The radios have been quiet because I had 67 turned down. Nothing on 16. Yeah. I had traffic radio turned down. But I don't know that I've been watching for traffic and I ain't seen much moving. There's some down there below Shingle Point coming up. There's a ship coming up. There's a Stepney Stone. I don't know what that is. I know that's a ship. What is that? Burge Ashadake? Something. Yeah, not a whole lot moving. Not a whole lot moving. No, really not. There ain't much moving at all. I imagine now things will start getting moving since, cleared up and nice. I'm not moving. I mean, I'm sitting here until my partner comes on watch. I ain't taking off. He can take off when he wants, he doesn't drink coffee, but, fuel boat. Somebody said, okay, got you, fuel boat up there. He's moving around. Bunker barge. Yeah, y'all got me on that one. Yeah. Anyway. There. I think I figured out how to get rid of that dude. There. I got rid of him now. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, the upper's open. They got folks running up there already. Matter of fact, I think I seen somebody up there. But, hey, man, I hope I hope it was enjoyable a little bit, man. I enjoyed it. I mean, y'all just catch me rambling. I would have been doing the same thing, except for I'm just holding the camera. I mean, and talking out loud, thinking out loud. That's the only difference. But, I enjoy what I do, and I like to share it with folks. And I know some folks get a kick out of it. To be real honest, man, some of the old retired guys that I've had, I see my demographics on my analytics on my channel, and it's old men. I know my fan club, fellas. And older men. I ain't that old. My age and on up, man. That's my demographic. But and a lot of those guys, a lot of them enjoy seeing this stuff. So I like showing it. Don't bother me a bit. Y'all catch me a little pissy now and again, a little rambling about stuff. But, at least we got to go ride the storm out together. So that's the storm, y'all. That's it. I got about another hour. About another hour before Bill comes up. I don't know. I'll find something productive to do. How's that?